Good afternoon, friends. Today we shall see a new topic named plastic analysis. For plastic analysis, we need to understand first of all the elastic behavior of material. Whatever the analysis we have carried out till date is as per the elastic analysis only. It means stress strain behavior of mild steel, its curve we have seen in strength of material. We have also performed a practical on a mild steel bar, and we have seen how a mild steel bar behaves under stress strain test. So first of all we shall draw a stress strain curve, which is ideal stress strain curve for mild steel. Okay, usually this is the curve for mild steel. Okay, now there are salient points on this curve. This is point A, then this is B, then this is point C, then D, and last point is E. Now what is A point? A point is limit for elastic behavior of material. It means up to point A, material behaves as a perfectly elastic material. It means if you remove the loading on the material, it will regain its original shape and size. After it has reached its elastic limit, beyond that the yielding takes place. Now for yielding there are 2 points, B and C. What is B? Upper yield point, and for C it is lower yield point. So what we have approximated is, we have assumed points up to C. So starting from O, we have taken into consideration everything up to C. You must have remembered, or you must be remembering, yield stress value for materials. That is, for steel material it is 250 Newton per mm square, then 415 Newton per mm square, 500 Newton per mm square. These values are used either in RCC, that is reinforced cement concrete, or mild steel. Okay. Now as far as mild steel is concerned, we call this analysis as elastic analysis and plastic analysis. It means if you are assuming any portion of the curve beyond yield limit for a steel material, it will be termed as, the analysis will be termed as plastic analysis. However, instead of steel, if now this is reinforced cement concrete material or any brittle material, then we do not call analysis of such materials as plastic analysis. We term them as inelastic analysis. This is the difference between mild steel analysis and brittle materials analysis. Okay, so up to point C, we are now going to assume the behavior of material. Now actually what happens when you are assuming stress strain curve up to C is, we shall see shortly. Now let us say this is the beam cross section. I will draw here. This is the beam cross section. Okay, this is a symmetric cross section, and here is the neutral axis. It means part of this beam which is below neutral axis is in compression, and the part which is above neutral axis is in tension. Now as the material is subjected to loading, there will be some stresses. Okay, sigma or F we shall say. Okay, so if you draw stress strain diagram for this, you will get something like this. if you assume the stress at any point from O to A, any random point, so at this state the extreme fiber in the section will be subjected to a stress F, which is evaluated as force per unit area. Now let us say we have stressed this material up to point C, that is up to its lower end point. So in short, the stresses will be more compared to F. Now stresses in the extreme fibers will be subjected to their yield point. Okay. So this will be not F now, this will be Fy. Now in the second state or second stress diagram, stress distribution diagram, we can see that extreme fiber is subjected to yield stress. However, what about the fibers which are not extreme, like this layer or this layer? Yes, these fibers, they are having a stress value which is less than Fy. Okay, on both the ends or both the sides it will have a value less than Fy. It means these fibers are yet to reach their yield value. Only extreme fibers have reached yield stress value at point C. Okay. Now what is the concept behind plastic analysis is that we can now utilize or wait for the other other fibers to reach their yield value. It means if you consider this fiber or this fiber, we can wait for these fibers to induce Fy value equivalent to this value. It means this value should become Fy. At this level also stress value should become Fy. So beyond C, if you increase now the load, the other remaining fibers will also be subjected to yield stress value Fy. Okay. So this is something beyond C, any point. Now we have to utilize this stress strain curve up to point D. What is point D in this curve? Ultimate load, ultimate point. It means material is assumed to fail. Okay, it means if you utilize this D point also, or you take into account this point also, then what is going to happen? We are going to reach one state wherein all fibers in the cross section will be subjected to same yield value. It means complete section will become or develop yield stress at any level, along the depth. It means each and every fiber has induced now yield stress. This is the completely plastic state of the section. This is where section has completely become plastic. At all these stages, it was either perfectly elastic like in this diagram, or partially elastic and partially plastic like in these two diagrams. Extreme fibers here were Fy, the other values were less than Fy. Here some layers are having Fy, the remaining part is having less than F1. However, here each and every layer is subjected to yield stress value. So when such a state occurs, we say that section has developed a plastic hinge. Okay, section has developed a plastic hinge. So this is the concept of plastic analysis. That is, we have to find out the increased capacity of the section. Please remember, capacity of a plastic section is more than that of an elastic section. But it is true in case of only mild steel material or in case of steel material. Brittle materials cannot have this property. Thank you.